Here with Ben Peck, head coach at Manchester. Coach, coming off of a 3-6 season, but I think I'm hearing a lot of excitement from you in your third season, chance to build a program, build some more strength and numbers into your program. You got to be really proud of where you're going. Tell me about what your expectations are for this year.
Well, expectations are high. Obviously, we've had an outstanding offseason. Physically, we're strong as we've ever been at Manchester. I mean, from the first guy to the last guy, they've been in the weight room all year long. Attendance has been good. Their strength data shows that they're ready for a football season. And so enthusiasm is high, expectations are high, and so we're looking forward to it.
Talk about that. I mean, you told me about the numbers and the increased numbers you've seen in your strength program and your off-season workouts and how much stronger your team is today. Can you talk about that work and how important that is to set the tone for the season?
Well, I think the biggest thing with that is the consistency of having the workouts. You know, we lift 3 days a week. Kids understand we expect them to lift 3 days a week. And whether they, and lifting isn't just football. We call it, athletic performance training. Okay, so they're lifting to be a better baseball player, better basketball player, whatever. And so the kids have bought into that, and so they're throwing the shot put farther. They're hitting home runs, and we've got kids that can dunk because a big part of our program is measuring vertical jumps and that type of thing. So lifting for power in our hips. So it's just the old cliche is culture, but it's a culture thing that's just overtaken our program.
Speaking of culture, you told me that trusting the process is something that you started teaching from the second you got here, and you continue to do that. Can you tell me what trust the process means for you and your program at Manchester?
Well, I tell the kids all the time, the process never stops. Okay, if you've achieved one thing, it's just off to the next level that you've got to achieve. And so it's understanding that we're not going to focus on the outcomes of a contest. We're not going to focus on the outcome of an event. We're going to focus on the individual play and the process that's going to get us to those outcomes. And the first 2 years I was out at Manchester, it really didn't quite hit home the first year. Second year got better. This year I truly think our kids, and I just know, just by talking to them and working with them throughout the summer, they understand that there's about 120 plays on offense and defense and a few more on special teams, and every one of those single plays are critical to the success of the team. You look at our season last year, we were 3-6 overall, and in 2 games we went right down to the last play of the game where we could have won it against two very good teams, but we didn't. And so on those plays, we didn't trust the process. We didn't stay focused. And so with the kids being much older this year, because they're pretty much all returning, they understand that process and how important every play of the game is.
Yeah, you talked about increased strength, also increased experience as you bring back about 7 players that are going to return on your offense. Talk about your expectations for your offense this season.
Well, hopefully we will be able to run the ball better, and I think we will run the ball better because our offensive line is totally different physically from it was a year ago. We're bigger, we're faster, we're stronger, and so they're more mature. They're just a year older, same kids, and so we should be able to run the ball better than we did last year. And we threw the ball pretty well last year too. Just under 1,300 yards for the season, and so I think if you hook those two things together, there's a lot of enthusiasm for the offense to be good.
And on the defensive side of the ball, can you speak to the expectations and changes you expect to see this year with a new defensive coordinator?
Well, our improvements on defense comes with personnel and growing kids into positions, and again tweaking our defense to fit what they can do. And so that we've moved a couple kids in terms of positions. We've got some kids up off the JV that are physically well further ahead than the kids we got off the JV a year ago. I mean, they're truly varsity kids coming up, as 11th and 10th graders, and so they'll fit right well in the scheme and play a significant role.
Increased strength, increased expectations, and increased experience for Manchester. Coach Ben Peck and the Flying Dutchman are going to start with Whitmore Lake week 1, then they'll get right into Cascades Conference play. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.